Hey everybody, it's Sandra here. Thank you for joining in with me on my video today. Just wanted to give you an update on how I stand on my extended doctor monitored water fast. As of today, in about 15 minutes, it will be 137 hours into my water fast. And so my stats today were at 6:40, I weighed 113.6. Yesterday I was 115, so today 113.6. My blood pressure this morning was 105/68, and my pulse was 50 this morning. Keep in mind that I do have bradycardia, so that's actually 5 better, higher than what my pulse is normally, which is normally 45. Okay, so how did yesterday go, and how has today gone? So first of all, yesterday was kind of a busy day, actually. My roomie and I watched What the Help yesterday on the little TV that's right here with the DVD. We watched the audio in English and the subtitles in Spanish for her. And then I introduced her to the show Outlander on, I found out that it was on Netflix, and we ended up putting both audio and subtitle in Spanish. So that was kind of neat for me to watch the whole thing in Spanish. Episode 1, Season 1, Episode 1. I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed the first season of Outlander. The books, years ago. If you've never read the books, I recommend them, Outlander. And then to top it off, I had more than a 2-hour discussion with one of my best friends who became a nutritarian only like a month and a half ago. And so I'm very proud of her for all of her enthusiasm and the work that she has done to switch over from Atkins to nutritarian, major switch, and she's just doing fabulously. So Amy, I love you, and I'm so proud of you. Okay, so I'm still taking a hot shower, but I still step into it very cautiously. And I find that it leaves me physically drained when I get out. Physically drained, but emotionally nourished. I really do enjoy the hot showers. My roomie's taking cold showers, but I just, which don't leave her so physically drained. But I always just go lay down for a little bit or sit down for a little bit after my shower, but I really do. As long as I can do it, I want to keep taking hot showers. Yesterday, one time, I stood up too quickly without thinking, and I'm like, whoa, and I had to sit down just as quickly, and my roomie and I both got a laugh out of that because I was like, and so I just sat right back down on the bed. And yesterday I did 12 laps around the backyard all at once, very slowly, but I did do 12 laps around the backyard, so that was, I was proud of myself for that. Today, Joanna pulled us out into the backyard with yoga mats and, big thick pillows and, some sort of another little thing that we used. And we did some gentle yoga for about an hour with some meditation, with 10 minutes of meditation. And she was very, very, adamant that we should include some yoga and meditation into our daily lifestyle. And I agree with her. It helps to center you. I haven't been faithful at either yoga or meditation. I do stretches, but I'm not consistent with stretching. And here I've done just a little bit. So I didn't know if I would be able to handle it out there today, if I would have the energy. But in reality, it actually, it was hard. It was really hard on me. But when we were done, it just, I was so glad that we did it. Excuse me. I'm working on my second bottle today, second of 4. And also, I realized yesterday, I can't keep track just trying to count in my head. So now I have a little system of putting a mark here in my little spiral to keep track of how many of these I have had in the day to make sure I get my 80. Because I know I'm not supposed to go over, but at the same time, I don't want to be under. I want to stay hydrated properly. Okay, so the discussion after the yoga and meditation, we had a very lengthy discussion, 75% in Spanish, 25% in English, on nutrition and on a healthy lifestyle this morning. So it was pretty fast, and I was sitting in the grass and did not take my phone out there to be able to record it. I didn't have any paper with me to record anything. So the takeaways, there was one important takeaway that I wanted to share with y'all. Have y'all thought about this? When you eat beans, you're eating the whole, integral, natural product. But many of us, me included, are enjoying lentil pasta, black bean pasta. And we incorporate that in freely, or maybe whole grain pasta. But in reality, if you think about it, honestly, lentil pasta and black bean pasta is really a processed food. And they have processed it to the point that when it hits your system, the sugar, everything in it goes straight in, as if you were like eating, just the same way that honey, the sugar in honey goes straight in. There's no fiber there. And, that it is actually better for us to just add the lentils to the stew or whatever you're putting the pasta in, the spaghetti sauce. Add the black beans, add the kidney beans, rather than the pasta version. So I'm going to think, I really personally don't eat that much of the lentil pasta, black bean pasta. I buy it for my son, and he wants me to make something that looks kind of like spaghetti, and I can do that for him. But for me personally, I really haven't been eating very much of those pastas, but it is definitely something to think about, is to not go overboard with those, maybe once a week, but to actually kind of hold up a little bit on those, because they really are processed food. Okay, so also this afternoon when we came in, both of us had to lay down after the yoga and sitting outside, because we were both pretty drained after that. And my roomie asked me if I would like to watch a show that actually is originally in Spanish, not something that's been in English and then dubbed into Spanish. So we watched a show called Las Chicas del Cable on Netflix. We watched season 1, episode 1 of that, and it was thoroughly enjoyable. We watched it both audio, and we turned on the subtitles in Spanish, and so I very much enjoyed that. Okay, so that's how I stand today. I am, like I said, still pretty tired, but hanging in there. Some of y'all have said I look pretty tired, and I do, and I really miss my lipstick. I really miss my lipstick. But I'll make it through. Oh, one other thing. Joanna, I remember she was talking about makeup and stuff like when we get back home. And she mentioned that her favorite brand of makeup, which I want to look up, is called 100% Pure. I don't know if any of y'all have heard of it or used it, but I'm definitely going to look into that, 100% Pure. I don't know anything about it yet. Okay, the next thing I would like to talk about today is the National Health Association, and it is really a reasonable membership fee. You can go to healthscience.org. That's just science, not sciences. That'll get you somewhere else. healthscience.org, and join for a year or for 2 years. And even if you never go to the conference, there are like 2 conferences a year. I think there's one in December/January in South Florida, and then there is the biggie one in Cleveland, and that's in mid to late June. But when you join, you are going to start getting the absolute best, bar none, best health-related magazine in the whole wide world. and that is this magazine right here. So here the Fries are members, and they actually have, there's an interview with them in one of these magazines. Okay, so this is the magazine. It is ad-free. It is absolutely amazing. And they have a stack of them here that I'm looking forward to looking at. Okay. There are several here. And the current president is Mark Huberman. I think the world of Mark and his wonderful wife, Wanda. I just think the world of them. Couldn't think any higher of them. So recently, Mark interviewed another person that I think the absolute world of, which is this brilliant man right here, Dr. Kim Williams. And I know that I'm not sitting here interviewing Dr. Kim Williams myself, but if I were, I would start this interview with an introduction. I would give you, my viewers, an introduction of Dr. Kim Williams. So in lieu of having him here, where I can laud his honors and his accomplishments with him sitting here, I'm going to quote to you what Mark wrote here, just first thing, right here at the beginning when he did that, the equivalent of his introduction of lauding the honors and the accomplishments of Dr. Kim Williams. So I'm going to skip down to after he finished college himself, okay, and his fellowships and stuff. So I won't read those, but I'll start right here. Okay. He is board certified in internal medicine, cardiovascular diseases, nuclear medicine, nuclear cardiology, and cardiovascular computed tomography. Dr. Williams joined the faculty of the University of Chicago in 1986. He served as professor of medicine and radiology and director of nuclear cardiology at the University of Chicago Pritzker School of Medicine until 2010, when he became the Dorothy Susan Timmis Endowed Professor and Chair of the Division of Cardiology at Wayne State University School of Medicine in Detroit, Michigan. In 2013, Dr. Williams assumed the position of James B. Herrick Professor and Chief of the Division of Cardiology at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago. He currently serves as the ACC Past President 2016. So in 2016, he was the president of the American College of Cardiology. And then he goes on to say how you can follow him. He's got here his Twitter account and, on the Rush University website, how you can find him there. And this interview that I'm about to summarize, today I'm just doing a little part of it. I'm not doing all of it today. But I'm going to give you just a tidbit. Took place at the Real Truth About Health conference in Long Island, New York on February 3rd of this year, of 2019. Okay, so once again, show you. This is Dr. Kim Williams. Here he is, conferring with some of his colleagues. I think there was one or another. Oh yeah. There's Dr. Williams. Okay, if you don't know anything about this man yet, I highly recommend that you check him out. You can, I'm sure that if you go on to YouTube and just type his name in, that you will find a lot of his interviews and presentations. And like I said, he is a brilliant man. Okay, so I also would like to say that in the 70s, he was a professional tennis player. Okay, so we all have our reasons for switching to whole food plant-based. I have the catalyst that turned me around. You have the catalyst that turned you around. Whatever it was, we all have our stories. So So what is Dr. Williams's reason that when he switched? What happened to him was that he had been playing tennis twice a day with his kids to help them because they were in the national junior tennis tournaments. But when they aged out, he noticed that he was getting to the point of no longer playing tennis twice a day. And when he discovered that his LDL had crept up to a whopping 170, he went plant-based that very day. Within just a few weeks of eating plant-based, his cholesterol went to a normal range. His initial inspiration was the message of Dr. Dean Ornish. Dr. Williams says that he had not had any red meat since he was 11, and he thought that he was eating a healthy diet because he had no red meat. He just thought he was. He had no clue, as most people don't know, he had no clue that chicken and fish were also quite high in cholesterol. So that very day, he went cold turkey without the turkey. So that's a little expression that some people use, so it's not new. They didn't make that up, but that's the way that they're wording it. Okay, so for today, that's all I wanted to say. I am a little tired, but I did want to talk about more than just me today in my journey. I kind of would like to do this every day. So what I'm going to do here for a few days is I want to talk about Dr. Kim Williams a little bit with you and give a little bit more from Mark's interview with you. And again, I just really want to encourage you to check out healthscience.org and join. It's a fast-growing group. Mark has been instrumental in that, and Wanda have both been instrumental in helping the National Health Association to grow, and it lines up perfectly with what we believe as nutritarians. Dr. Furman has been a member of the NHA since the 70s himself, so please check them out. And I will continue tomorrow with my progress day by day, and I'll give you a little bit more information about Dr. Williams tomorrow as well. It's a fascinating article. It's a fascinating interview, so I want to share that. And then there are other things in those as well. But tomorrow we have another yoga instructor coming in, and her name is Alba, and Joanna said that she is a little more gentle, and she likes to play soothing music while she does yoga. So Naida and I are looking forward to it, but we're also getting out there and doing those stretches when we just don't feel like it. We're dreading it too, but we are looking forward to it because if you stay stretched and relaxed while you're water fasting, it will help you to not be so achy, I guess is a good word to say. So I just wanted to say that. It's one thing to consider when you're water fasting. All right, so that's all I have for today. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope that you will give this a thumbs up and click subscribe. And I hope that I have informed you today a little bit. Also, I noticed yesterday when I was rewatching my video that I was looking at myself in my phone and not at the camera, and so today I think I've done the same thing, but I'm going to try to remind myself to start looking at the camera over here instead. I just have to get used to this. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this, and we will talk to y'all again tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.